everyone, I'm here with a Bible reading. I hope you're having a good day. It's almost Valentine's Day, guys. 2 more days, it'll be Valentine's Day. We don't hardly ever, we don't got the money to get each other nothing, let's be real. And Sherman done got, picked Gracie up a flying unicorn when he was at the store here a couple of days ago. He got me some stickers, which I love stickers. And I got him a phone tablet charger because Gracie chewed his up. Let me tell you, she's a handful.
Oh my God.
She's mad right now. She gets totally offended if you don't give her what she wants. So she's back there staring at the wall.
Pow. Because
she wanted my some of my craft stuff, and Daddy wouldn't give it to her. You can't have chocolate, baby. Sherman's eating a piece of chocolate. Okay, so today we're going to be reading Matthew chapter 27, verses 15 through 31, Psalm 33, verses 12 through 22, and Proverbs chapter 9, verses 1 through 6. Yeah, she took the makeup brush and went back to Guy Sherman. I gave her a makeup brush. I like to make her happy. She wants to chew on a makeup brush. She can chew on a makeup brush. Alright, so let's get started with Matthew. Now, it was the governor's custom at the festival to release a prisoner chosen by the crowd. So we're at the point here where Jesus has been arrested by the teachers of the law and such, and are taking him back and forth between Herod and Pilate because they want him killed. And this is at Pilate's last part here. At that time, they had a well-known prisoner whose name was Jesus Barabbas. So when the crowd had gathered, she's over here, Pilate asked them, "Which one do you want me to release to you? Jesus Barabbas or Jesus who is the Messiah?" For he knew it was out of self-interest that they had handed Jesus over to him. And that's Pilate speaking. While Pilate was sitting on the judge's seat, his wife sent him this message: "Don't have anything to do with that innocent man, Jesus, for I have suffered a great deal today in a dream because of him." But the chief priests and the elders persuaded the crowd to ask for Barabbas to be released and to have Jesus executed. "Which of the two do you want me to release to you?" asked the governor. "Barabbas," they answered. "What shall I do then with Jesus, who is called the Messiah?" Pilate asked. They all answered, "Crucify him." "Why?" Pilate said. "What crime has he committed?" asked Pilate. But they shouted all the louder, "Crucify him." You know how it is when you get the crowd mentality, they call it? Because everybody will be doing fine, okay? And then one person will start something, and then the crowd will follow. It's group mentality. When Pilate saw that he was getting nowhere, but that instead an uproar was starting, he took water and washed his hands in front of the crowd. "I am innocent of this man's blood," he said. "It is your responsibility." All the people answered, "His blood is on us and on our children." That's how bad they wanted Jesus dead. Could you imagine what they thought when they died and then seeing Jesus, the Son of God, who they'd done this to? They're cursing their own children by having Jesus' blood on their kids' hands. All the people answered, "His blood is on us and on our children." Then Pilate released Barabbas to them, but he had Jesus flogged and handed him over to be crucified. Then the governor's soldiers took Jesus into the praetorium and gathered the whole company of soldiers around him. They stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him, and then twisted together a crown of thorns and set it on his head. And you think, oh, a crown of thorns, you know, they made it out of like roses that have thorns. No. This was from other thing, and they were big, the big thick thorns. Have you ever seen them? I've seen them, and they're awful. So imagine them making a crown out of that and shoving it on Jesus' head with blood pouring down his face. Okay? They put a staff in his right hand. Then they knelt in front of him and mocked him. "Hail, King of the Jews," they said. They spit on him and took the staff and struck him on the head again and again. After they had mocked him, they took off the robe and put his own clothes on him. Then they led him away to be crucified, to crucify him. And a lot more stuff that they had done to Jesus. This being evil for no reason. He was hit when he answered back, you know, Cappius, the high priest that year, and they treated him horribly. They didn't just take him out and crucify him, which is horrible enough, but they had to torture him first. Being flogged, that's like, it's being whipped. A lot of times back then, I've seen the different whips, okay, that they've had on the History Channel before, back in that time. Not all of them were just made out of strips of leather. Some had like little barbed wire looking pieces on them and stuff, so it would hurt all the more, and it cuts them open. So they not only done that to Jesus, but made fun of him, insulted him, hit him, spit on him, and crucified him. And even when he's on the cross dying, you know how they treated him, hurling insults at him, and just being awful, terrible people. And imagine Jesus' mother Mary, who was there witnessing these things, seeing this done to her son. It's bad enough her son being crucified and her having to watch this, but then to see them doing this. Imagine, if you're a parent, imagine for a while if that was your child up there, how you would feel. Or if you don't have kids, the person you love most in your life, picture that being done to them. People don't care. Okay, so that's where we're stopping with the book of Matthew today. And our Psalm 33, we'll be reading verses 12 through 22. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people he chose for his inheritance. From heaven the Lord looks down and sees all mankind. From his dwelling place he watches all who live on the earth. He who forms the hearts of all, who considers everything they do. No king is saved by the size of his army. No warrior escapes by his great strength. A horse is a vain hope for deliverance. Despite all its great strength, it cannot save. But the eyes of the Lord are on those who fear him, on those whose hope is in his unfailing love, to deliver them from death and keep them alive in famine. We wait in hope for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. In him our hearts rejoice, for we trust in his holy name. May your unfailing love be with us, Lord, even as we put our hope in you. And that's where we're stopping with Psalm 33. Yes, it does not matter the size of the king's army. You remember how the battle went down between David and Goliath. Goliath was a giant, and everyone feared him. But little David, this with a slingshot and a rock, killed him. Down dead he fell. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And nobody thought, David could do it. But he knew God was with him, and he did. When God is with you, you cannot fail. All right, and ending today's Bible reading, we got Proverbs chapter 9, verses 1 through 6. Invitations of wisdom and folly. Wisdom has built her house. She has set up its 7 pillars. She has prepared her meat and mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her servants, and she calls from the highest point of the city. Let all who are simple come to my house. To those who have no sense, she says, come, eat my food, and drink the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways, and you will live. Walk in the way of insight. That was our Proverbs reading for today, guys. Here's Gracie. She wanted to see you guys. Gracie, look at the camera. Gracie, look. She's looking at my clipboard that fell. There you go, then. All right, guys. I'm glad you got to see her. I was going to try to get her to come up here, and she just knew it was time to end the video, and she came up herself. Good girl. That's Mama's baby. That's Mama's baby. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye, guys. God bless.